Hi, you guys. So I know I came on a minute or so early. I wanted to go on and kind of touch on Ready to Love from Friday night at the retreat. I want to play Dakiya and her conversation with Sabrina, and then I'll come back.
Hey, girl.
Oh, hey, girl.
I just wanted to check on you. Just saw, Clifton and Joi walk off.
We're here this whole weekend, and Clifton still has not said anything to me. I'm trying to just keep it together, and my girl Sabrina can notice that. She can see that. I don't know. I knew that this weekend was going to be like an eye-opening experience, right? We were going to just start to kind of make some decisions and start to kind of figure out where we were. So when we came in, the three of us were the very first people to arrive. If all these beds are open, why are you going to choose to put two bags on one bed? So,
Well, I saw the two bags, girl.
right. So it was like the decision was consciously made to stay together. Clearly, Clifton and Joi are strong. Clearly.
I just wanted to make sure you're okay.
Yeah,
'cause
I'm
I know that
good.
has been one of your connections
Right.
since early on.
Since day one at the mixer. I know that Clifton has a very strong connection with Joi, but at the same time, the connection that Clifton and I had never disappeared. Our date when we went to the Oyster Lounge, that was pivotal.
You ready? All right.
It was a moment where we really could see each other as potential partners.
But I still have a strong connection with you also.
So you're still fair game is what you're saying?
We all are fair game.
I think where my struggle is just Clifton and I kind of came into this weekend thinking we were going to have some good quality time. We talked about cuddling on the couch. We talked about all these things that we wanted to do and everything.
Wow.
But instantly,
There wasn't-
all of that
yeah.
is done.
So something shifted for him.
Definitely shifted.
You just wished he would have had a little bit more transparency
That
before
part.
getting here.
That part.
My heart just kind of breaks for Dakiya because there was no admission or anything of like him pretty much being in a relationship with Joi at this point.
I feel like, blindsided. I need somebody that's going to make sure that they're going to choose me yesterday, today, and tomorrow and not have me out here hurt and embarrassed that I'm thinking things are one way and everybody else knew, except for me, that things were another way.
But I do think it's important for you guys to talk while you're here.
Absolutely. I do want to have that conversation with them because we do have this history that needs to kind of be discussed.
Exactly.
The hit.
Okay, so you guys, I don't know what you guys think about that. Let me know in the comments. My whole thing about the kids saying all of this, I understand this is a TV show. So I hope anyone, if she's watching this or whatever, it's not to slight anyone. But I think when you go and you watch people play a game of truth or dare and they literally say, this is my person, you can kind of believe it, right? That's if they were willing to say that in front of you and everyone else anyway. That's kind of what it is. But to stay on the show, they have to go through what it takes to stay on the show. And I think Joi was trying to make that clear. Who was that when she was talking to Laverne, right? Not Laverne, to Demetrius. So my whole thing about Dakiya, it was just hard for me to buy into her feeling like she didn't know that he had a strong connection with Joi, and that coming to this point where they have to say who's number one. I think by the end of this, well, not this episode, but maybe the next one, everybody should know who's everyone's number one is. And I guess it's pretty much the end of the show, right? And so I can't follow her on that, especially after these people sat there and played this game of truth or dare. Everyone knows, including Tori. I feel like Tori, and maybe Dakiya is doing the same thing as well. She's just using this, I thought that I still had this opportunity to win him over thing. But even with Tori, like I was saying in the last video, he could have just went on and went home gracefully, right? Because you're going to end up going home anyway, right? And I think that I think Paul, will probably stay because of Carmen. And it sounds like there's cliques. We're not privy to the clique talk, only when it's the brown girls. But we're not privy to the clique talk. But you definitely see that the strategy of Sabrina and Joy, you could definitely see the strategy of those two, if not anyone else. But they may have also that friendship with Carmen as well. So it's certain people that they know are going to be there, and everybody else is not. I think that, like I said, with the Laverne and the Ace situation last video, you can kind of see that because there was no reason to get rid of Laverne and Ace if they had a connection for people who don't have one, unless you're strategizing. You're strategizing to get rid of solid couples if there are any other than the three people that you want to see, and that's the three women that I named. I don't really feel like Carmen has a real connection there. I think that even when you look at her Instagram page, she's in all these pictures with all the guys. I mean, in fairness, she has some pictures with some of the women from the cast as well, but she's definitely hanging with the fellas. And so it's like you can feel that they all respect her and see her as a friend. But I don't think there's any romantic connections between her and any of these men. And I think she kind of makes that obvious on her Instagram. That's how I read into stuff. I think she makes it obvious on her Instagram by the way she, is hanging with all of these guys. And like I said, it's probably just a pact between these women we're going to be the ones at the end, at the bottom of the show. I don't think any of these people are real couples. And I think we kind of say this every year, every season, or however often it comes on. I don't see it. I don't really see any romantic. I don't see it. I don't think that any of these people they all seem like if we were in, if we were not watching them on this show, they wouldn't be dating these people, right? And I'm just gonna keep it real like that. I feel like I wish there would have been some more guys there that were more in line with Dakiya because she seems like a well-rounded person. She's attractive. She should have been able to stay on the show, but the guys that are there, I don't see it. I don't see her and Paul. I just don't. Their personalities seem too different. Now Wiley kept bringing her up in his interview. I don't know what that's about, but I think he said that he really sees her as a friend, but in the beginning that he was attracted to her. But even then, I don't see that. I think that there's a certain type of guy for her, and it really wasn't there. When they're saying quality over quantity, I don't think that there's somebody there for all of these women. I think that they're just doing what they have to do, of course, to participate in this show. That's what I get out of it. So if we do see Carmen down at the end, we're only saying Carmen because these women had this pact to get there. Yeah, that's just my opinion on it. I don't know why Tori just didn't bow out gracefully. And Dakiya at this point, I don't know if she will next show. I know she's still in talks with Donovan and in talks with who else is left? Donovan and Paul. And I just don't see it. I really don't. I think that Donovan has a strong, I don't even know the word I want to use, but he seems connection. I'll say connection with Sabrina. And it's kind of weird to me that Sabrina could have all these strong holds and connections with these people. And it kind of lets you know that all of this is for TV because at this point, she likes someone more than the other ones. Stringing these guys down to the wire is letting us know this is a TV move. To me. And so I don't really know about Donovan. I can't really say. It really feels like she is going to go on and end the show with Demetrius because they already put it out there, right? That they were kind of, when she, at the Truth or Dare game, that he was number one, right? So I kind of feel like she is going to, I wasn't sure at first, but now as I'm watching this, I feel like she is going to end with Demetrius unless something else drastic happens. And I doubt it. I think Christina, one of the other YouTubers, already said that she is going to self-eliminate. And I think Dakiya is going to self-eliminate. I think we're going to see how, in this next episode, how everything is kind of going to unfold. Yeah, and it looks as if Tori and Paul, that's kind of how this show ended. And I really feel like that it is Tori. because it really should have been Tori last week. But they wanted to get that other couple off of there to make sure that they can take down who they want to take down. And that's kind of what that's about. I don't know if the producers are in on that or not. Who was I watching? I was watching so many interviews this week. I might even confuse some of their stories, but I watched Wiley's interview with Little Black Book, and that was a really good interview. He was saying that he had a strong connection with Joy as well. This is what, he said that you start seeing the TV of it all. He said the way she was talking to him on the phone was very different than the way she was interacting with him for the cameras. And so he kept saying it to Little Black Book for Little Black Book to catch it, because there is a slight cultural difference, with our slang when or for a lack of a better word, the way we say certain things, right? I don't always feel like Little Black Book or people outside of our culture really catch on sometimes at some of the stuff. And I think that he kept trying to make sure that he was getting it. Like she was talking to me a certain way, like letting me know what's up or whatever. And I think if she was doing it in the very beginning, I think that she just was trying to get all these guys on her side. I think all of the women probably were trying to do that. They all seem to have fairly decent friendships with each other. I think. I don't know. I guess we'll find out at the reunion. But I thought it was interesting that he was saying that he thought he had a strong connection with Joy, but he saw how she was moving with Clifton, and so he didn't want to. He's not going to chase anybody that's giving, and that's kind of what I'm saying. Like if somebody's letting you know that, yeah, if I'm gonna leave here with anybody, it will probably be this person, then you should probably believe them, right? You probably should just believe them, unless you're just trying to stay there on the show. Unless the producers are trying to give you a reason to stay there on the show. I don't know. Yeah, because I don't really see anybody there for Dakiya, especially after the whole Eric situation. And he also interviewed with Kamisha today, or was it last night? I watched it this morning, the interview, and he was, giving a very different description of the events that took place. But at the same time, I still have to side with her on the fact that he touched her. He probably should not have touched her without her consent. And you certainly should not tell some woman that she's not your number one pick and then start trying to fill her up. Like, I don't know where he gets that from, but I digress, honey. He, I guess, had to learn the hard way about stuff like that. And I guess that will assist him in the future with doing stuff like that. Because I'm like, why would you tell this lady that and then touch her anyway? Like, you should know that you can't say certain things to a woman and then you think that she still wants to, like, I mean, everybody's on the show for the same reason, right? At the end of the day, playing a game or not, everybody's trying to get to love or to the bottom of the show, pretending like they found love. So, um, yeah, I mean, you knew why she was there. So I still don't get why he did that. He said that he really liked her and he really felt like he had a connection with her, but he had a stronger connection with Carmen. And once you tell somebody that, then that's what you need to go fill up. You need to go fill Carmen up. And I agree with Dakiya on that. Like, and because he said that he feels like because he told her that she kind of instigated that situation into something bigger than what it was. And I don't really feel like she made it bigger than what it was. She made it what it was. You put your hands on her body parts, you know, and that's just not it's inappropriate for you to do that. That's my opinion. But he, like I said, he tells like a different story he feels like she kind of manipulated the story a little bit. But I don't know. I still have to ride with her on that one because I would not want someone doing that to me either, especially if you are saying something like that to me. So I don't know. What do you guys think about all of this? And what do you think the reason is for Christina not really wanting to participate? Do you think it's something personal going on? Because there may be things going on in her life that's really keeping her from participating in this show. And at the same time, maybe she just don't really see connections there. right? Maybe she get it. Like, um, if the ladies are telling her one thing and Donovan's telling her something else, then she's probably feeling like I might be wasting my time with this because she came in kind of late. So and even though Donovan came in late as well, Donovan is kind of acting as if Sabrina is his choice, right? Is he not giving you guys that vibe as well? Like he's giving us the Sabrina is the choice, um, and I feel like I don't really know what to say about Paul. I feel like Paul feels like he's available to Christina if that's what she wants. I don't really see the real connection there. And with the age difference and stuff, it's probably uncomfortable for them to try to play up anything on camera like that. That's not real, right? So I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think that she may have some personal issues that may be the real reason why she's not really in a part of the show the way you would think she would be? Or do you think that it's the show? Like she just recognized that it's not there for her and she's probably going to go. So she's just not willing to kind of go along with all the shenanigans. And the other thing that I wanted to touch on really quick is the Carmen and Dakiya going back and forth. It's kind of amusing, I guess, for TV's sake. I guess it's fun in that way. But what are they really competing for? Right. That's the part that kind of tickled me because I was just tickled by the preview that's coming up for next week, Friday coming, where they're going to kind of go back and forth about, real body parts and not real body parts. And it just kind of makes you think like, well, what are they really competing for? Because I don't think either one of them is anybody's number one pick. Like I said, Paul is kind of like, I'll do whatever, or, I'm going to fall in line with whoever and do whatever, right? But as far as them really coming off like they have a connection, Carmen and Paul, I don't really see that. Like I said, once you look at her Instagram page, it kind of throws you anyway. Um, and, to my understanding, there's some YouTube in these YouTube streets. There's some talk of Donovan maybe doing some things with some people. I don't know. And I think they said Carmen is one of those people. And so maybe something's going to happen or maybe not on the show because I guess sometimes OWN will decide what's going to air and what's not. And maybe the people on the show don't really know. So I don't know. But to my understanding, there was something that, I don't know. I think Donovan and Carmen, I think Carmen is trying really hard to kind of press these guys to make a decision in her favor. And I don't know. I think, I don't hear Donovan saying Carmen's name like that. I hear him talking about Sabrina and Christina for the most part. So I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But people on here on YouTube were saying that something was going to go down, I guess, or is going down on the back end between Donovan and Carmen. So I don't know, and I don't really know what this argument, who exactly the argument that Carmen and Dakiya is going back and forth. Maybe it's just because they just don't really see it for each other. Maybe they just, maybe Dakiya, I don't know, maybe because of the Eric situation, Carmen is friends with him. So maybe she's just trying to take shots at her. I don't really know what it is. I can't really call it. But what do they really have to compete over? Because they're both no one's number one choice at this point. So there's really nothing for them to be going back and forth about. But it's kind of funny. And I guess we'll just have to wait and see how that kind of play out. But yeah, I forget who was saying something about Donovan may become, I don't know, with Carmen. I don't know if they're saying they're trying to end the show together or what, because it's clear Christina is not going to be there, right? Christina is going to self-eliminate at some point. And Sabrina, I think, is going to continue on with Demetrius. And she finally told Tori the truth, which I don't know how to feel about all of that. But, he's a grown man. He can handle it. So it is what it is. Let me know what you guys thought about this episode. And as far as the women, who do you think is going to? This might be the last episode, so I think Dakiya is going to either self eliminate or get eliminated. Or who else is there? Yeah, and I think Carmen, Sabrina, and I think I said this before, and Joi will probably make it down to the end. That's just what I think. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. And I will see you in the next. Oh, I wanted to play Paul's. I don't know who he thought he was fooling with this, but I'll play it and I'll see you guys in the next video.
What's up with it? We got the tea dropping today. It's a rough one. We got that tea dropping today. Okay? I'm live. Oh, I'm dropping that major tea. Fuck with your boy. 5 o'clock. Tea time. 5 o'clock. Oh, it's gonna be ugly. Just so you know, I'm ripping the Band-Aid off the wound, okay? 5 o'clock. What's up? What's up, Kamisha? What up, Bree? Yeah. 5 o'clock.
So yeah, I think I don't have the other video, but he came back, I guess, around 5 o'clock, wherever he is. And there is April Fool to say April Fools. Like, he played too much. Anyway, if you guys saw that, let me know what you thought about it. I'll see you guys in the next video.